Check, check. Check one. Hi. So you guys don't have full kind of issues? No. Living a fine life, or like everyone have one electric vehicle? Online students, can you hear us clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Online students, can you hear me clearly? Cool. Today is not a very good day. Okay, I'll explain why. You're not gonna like today. Okay. Live students at the YouTube live. Students in the YouTube live. Can you hear us clearly? Not because of the fuel crisis or any kind of or something bad gonna happen to you guys. That's why. Okay. Okay. I think there's a lot of new students too, right? Sorry for doing something like this on the first day, but anyways, I think things are settled, right? So this is the idea. So now there are a few things. I should first start with the messages to new students. Okay. I should start with the messages to new students. We'll send you a piece of paper, write your mobile phone number definitely on that. Okay. Write your mobile phone number definitely on that. Why? Start the recordings. Okay. So for new students, write your mobile phone number on that paper because we have to add you to the group. Why are we starting with adding you to the group? We don't know how to do, we don't know what would happen by next week. Okay. It's a very nice country. So maybe we may have to shift to online classes. So anyways, classes will not stop. Okay. You know that the tuition industry can survive whatever happens. Okay. So like I have a studio at my home. So even with a lockdown, the classes would happen. Okay. I mean, it's really boring to do classes like that at the studio, but anyways, it's, I mean, doable, okay? So the classes will not stop. Because there was a question like that, will the classes stop if we go? No, no, no. Such stuff never happen here. So the classes will happen, either physical, either online, whatever happens, classes will happen, okay? Okay, and if you are living nearby, you can come here because most probably I'm not doing classes at the studio. It's really boring to do classes there, so I usually do classes here, okay? So that's a different story. Anyways, we don't have that issue yet, but it is there's a possibility like that, right? We are living in such a country. So so that's a different story. Anyways, so write your numbers and we will add you to the group and provide the past recordings in the group so that you can watch them, okay? So that you can watch them because you have to watch. We did class 2 weeks, right? So you definitely have to watch those 2 days recordings to have a very cool idea about the content we have done until now. Okay. So today we are not going to do a lot of content because there are some plans that we are starting from next week. Okay. We are starting 2 plans from next week. Okay. We are starting 2 main plans from next week. One is teaching the required maths parts for bio students. We will start this session by teaching the class time will not be used for this. Class time is as usual 3 to 6:30 evening Wednesday. Sorry, what is today? Tuesday, right? 3 to 6:30 Tuesday. That's not gonna change. On Thursday morning for now. So if you can join physically, you can join online, or if you miss, you can watch the recording. On Thursday morning from 8 to 10:30. From 8 to 10:30, that's not how we write that, right? From 8 to 10:30, you will have this English medium session, and 11 to 1:30, you will have the Sinhala medium session for this Maths for Bio student session. It's just the name of the program. It's not only for bio students, it's for both. We are starting with basic maths concepts happened in O levels and clarifying them. And we are going to teach this until we can reach a higher level. That means we are going to start with the basic concepts and we are going to keep improving on top of that, because the O-level maths you learned can be used in much complex ways in the A-level syllabus, okay? So that will be explained here. This is the English medium program. This is the Sinhala medium program. Not the Thursday, that this week Thursday, not this week Thursday. We are starting this the Thursday after that, okay? Clear? This is happening physically, online. All the links will be available in the groups. And we'll provide the recording, okay? So anyways, you are not going to miss this session, okay? Clear? And this is the other one. And again, many students asked for the answers of that small piece of paper that we give every week with nice questions, okay? So some students have finished that, okay? Some students have finished that. It's basically not targeting A-levels, it's targeting the brain. We are giving that paper targeting the brain. So you should learn how to think using that, okay? So for those students, the students who have finished that, we have an entire workbook like that. Okay, we'll give that, okay? You can try to finish that, okay? We have an entire workbook that like that, which much difficult questions, okay? I mean, last year we actually gave that to the starting day of the class, okay? So we started with a physical class around 200, 300 last year. We first day gave that workbook. We started with that workbook. Then the second day we had like 40 students, okay? So that's the impact of that book, okay? A very nice book. So this year we decided, okay, we are not going to do the same thing again and again. We are giving a small piece of paper, starting small. And if someone finished that piece of paper, we are going to give the workbook, okay? Clear? That's how the things happening now, okay? We are not going to make the same mistake twice. And I sent that book to all the physics teachers that I know. Try this on the first day. It's a very nice book. Like that. I mean, but anyways, I mean, our classes have a usual curve. We start here, we drop here, then later we reach somewhere like this, okay? Even now I have the largest 27 batch for English medium classes. We started with 200. Last year, 27 batch, dropped to like 40, 50. As a result of doing very difficult questions, but later anyway students understand that anyways A-levels is difficult. So later we started improving and now we are at around 600, account like 600. So yes, so anyways things gonna turn up well, but I didn't need this drop on the second day. So this year we are not giving that workbook. If you are done with that piece of paper, inform us. We'll check that and give you the workbook, okay? Clear? Okay, that is the story about that. And some students like those kind of questions. Some students like hard maths questions and physics questions. So from next week, we are starting a session for that too. A 1 hour discussion video I'll provide. There's no point of starting many extra classes for everything. So from next week, we'll provide a 1 hour recording of that kind of questions, okay? Clear? That is the plan from next week. We are starting with a we will every week I'll provide a 1 hour recording of that kind of extremely difficult questions, okay? Clear? Clear? So that if you like, you can watch, okay? That if you like, you can watch. Otherwise, you can skip that, okay? I don't need you to watch that and stop the class, okay? So if you like, you can watch. Otherwise, you can skip that. So these are the plans we are starting from next week, okay? Choose whatever the sessions you like, okay? I think everyone should either watch that recording or join this session, right? I mean, you either fall to this category or that category, right? Clear? You either need maths or you either know too much maths, so you need something better, right? So everyone should either fall to this category or this category. So anyways, I prefer if everyone can watch one of these two, okay? Clear? So today, okay, I know today is, as I mentioned, today is not a very good day. I'm talking about exams in our class, okay? Sorry about this. So talking about exams in our class, there are two types of exams in our class, okay? One is a surprise exams and the other one is structured exams, okay? So surprise exams in the sense, like today, we are not informing them before, okay? We just give the paper, okay? I know it's the first day for some people, can't help. Some days are good, some days are bad. That's how the life goes on. Okay. So, okay, don't leave online, students. Wait. Okay, pay attention, everyone. So, no, it's not a big deal today, okay? Today we have a different reason for that. So we give surprise exams, but for surprise exams, you don't even have to write your name on the paper if you don't like, okay? We are not going to distribute marks or do anything like that. Usually these surprise exams would be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. It's for you, I mean, it's just for you to do so that you can figure that you ruined your life. And or we can get them and check them and see what we can do about that. Okay, that's the purpose of surprise exam. So we are not gonna evaluate them very hard. Okay, we are not gonna make them a big like fuss and distribute the marks. We are not gonna do anything like that. If you don't like, you don't even have to write your name. Okay, write something else. Okay, we don't care. Okay, because it's just for you to check yourself, and we can collect them and mark those papers and see if a bunch of students are making the same mistakes. That is one of my mistakes, right? If I haven't explained a part very well, a bunch of students will make the same mistake. So obviously I have to teach that again. Okay, so that is the target of surprise exams. So not gonna like evaluate them or anything like that. We are gonna just mark them and see what we can do about you guys. Okay, so that is about the surprise exams. And we have structured exams. Okay, structured exams we inform at least 1 month before. Okay, structured exams we inform at least 1 month before. You have to be ready for that. You have to study for that. It will be, I mean, it won't happen in this hall, in a larger hall. It will happen under proper exam conditions, and we'll get the top 10. We have like close to 1,500 students writing the paper, English medium students. And again, we have close to, 1,500 students writing the Sinhala medium paper. So altogether, there's an intake of like 3,000 students writing the paper. We'll get the top 10 list, or we will produce the top 20 list. We'll give something for the top 10 people. We'll do that properly, okay? That, no, you don't have to worry, because it will be informed at least 1 month before, okay? So these are the 2 types of exams happening in our class, okay? Cool, right? Okay. So today we have one specific requirement. Today is not the reason is not just to evaluate yourself. We have those programs coming, the Olympiad type question discussion program and maths explanation program. I think this maths explanation program is there for everyone, okay? Is there for everyone, because although you were good at maths in O levels, you still don't know how to use that maths properly in A levels, okay? Clear? You can use the same thing in extremely different manners. So those kind of stuff will be explained in these sessions, okay? Some sessions would done by me, some sessions would done through another person properly qualified to teach O-level content, because extremely easy content, if I try to teach, I mean my brain stops working, and I mean it's like that, right? If you try to explain how to add 2 to 3 for a kid, I mean, it just make you angry, right? 2 plus 3, but the guy need a lot of steps for that. So same happens to me, okay? If I try to teach you basic maths, some extremely basic maths, it just make me angry, and like it just ruined my life, okay? So when we move to these kind of areas, okay? When we move to these kind of areas, there will be another professional teaching those areas. Camera. There will be a proper professional teaching those areas. But the things that we have to be creative, areas we have to be think twice. In scenarios like that, I'll do the discussion, okay? So it will happen for a while. And so our target is before April New Year, everyone should have a very nice competency in maths. We are not going to teach integration, differentiation kind of stuff. It's just you should have a very good competency about the maths required for the physics syllabus, okay? Clear? If people we'll continue teaching, okay? Integration, differentiation, everything. I'm capable of teaching maths, okay? I used to be good at maths. Okay. So that is the idea. So we have to get a very good clarity about this program and everything. Okay. So as a result, we'll give a small paper today, checking the basic maths. Okay. There are two parts in this paper. Okay. Level 1 and level 2. Level 1 and level 2. Ideally, this paper is planned within 1 hour, but if the time isn't enough, it will be 1 and 15. Okay. Clear? If you like, write your name. If you don't like, don't write your name. We don't care. Okay. We just need the papers so that we can check the level of all the students and arrange the up next week sessions accordingly. Okay. This session is confirmed. Even with the petrol diesel kind of issues, we'll do at least online. Okay. Clear? So these sessions will not cancel. Okay. So like this is planned for 1 hour, but if we think that the time isn't enough, we'll move for 1 and 15 minutes. But the thing is, in this level 1, like your target is to finish level 1. Okay. But for some people, level 1 will be too easy. They can move to level 2. Okay. Okay. They can move to level 2. And if you're gonna finish even level 2, then you're really good. Okay. Then you're really good. So you don't need my classes. Okay. You can just stop coming to the class and you can do something else. Okay. So if you can finish level 2, that means you're really good, actually. Last year we gave the same paper and there was one student who finished everything. Okay. Who finished everything and slept 45 minutes. Okay. There was a student like that. Okay. There are some students like that. He is from, I later talked with him and he's from the National Maths Olympiad team. So obvious. I have made the mistake. It's my... So, but he's still coming to the class. Okay. I did the same explanation, same kind of paper. The guy actually finished the paper within like 30 minutes and slept for the whole time. And I thought that the person's not getting any marks, but I just checked the paper. He have full marks. And I gave that workbook I explained to you guys. He finished it within like 1 hour. So I figured out that there's no point of he being here. So I asked him to come to all the batches. Now he's done with the syllabus. Now I don't know what to do with the guy. So these kind of issues happen. Okay. So let's hope at least we have one student like that here too. I like to teach these kind of people. Anyways, so this is the plan for today, and you will get a slight idea about how the exams happen in our class. But we are not gonna don't copy. Okay, if you are not writing your name, no point of copying, right? Okay, so we are not gonna organize that. When exams happen properly, we are not doing that in this hall. Okay, there's a 1,500 capacity hall. We are gonna keep you apart and do everything possible to stop you from avoid you from copying, and that's how we keep the proper papers. If you're not writing the name, no point of copying, right? You understand that kind of basic stuff, right? You don't have to copy if you are not writing the name. Okay, clear? So just don't look at the paper next to you. Then we can't evaluate things properly. We are going to check that. And we will give you the syllabus by tomorrow. After checking all the papers, we will give you the syllabus of what are we discussing from next Thursday. Okay. This day, first day, second day, third day, like that, we'll give you the syllabus. If not tomorrow, by day after tomorrow, we'll give you the syllabus on what we discuss. Okay. So there would be a one special day for all the log related stuff. They are extremely simple to extremely hard log algorithms. Okay. Clear? Then towards the end of these sessions, we'll move to again very difficult questions. Okay. Clear? Olympiad physics and Olympiad maths kind of stuff. When these things happen, you can decide whether you are going to continue or not. Okay. Because even that paper, these different questions are not extremely necessary for A-levels. It's necessary for your career in the future. Okay. Why the brain matters. Okay. That's the reason. So this is the idea for today. Okay. But anyways, after this time, we'll give you a 15-minute break, then start the class as usual. Okay. So that is the plan. Okay. We'll start the class as usual. And again, there's something special about Thursdays. Do you have classes on Thursday evening? I don't. Okay, this is the idea. On Thursdays, after staying for these sessions, assume that it's 8 to 10:30. We have a whole invigilating panel ready. So after writing the paper, if you have any doubts from the things that you learned in the previous weeks, It's only 2 weeks. You can't have problems, okay? But I mean, in the future, you will have problems, okay? So after this 10:30, from 10:30 to night, okay? From 10:30 to night, we will have our invigilating panel ready, okay? So you can stay whatever the time you like. Even I'm here, but Thursday evening I'm doing a class. But anyways, I'm here, our people are here, all the invigilating panel and everyone would be here. So from 10:30 to night, you can ask questions from our people, okay? You can ask questions from our people. Same thing will happen through Zoom and breakout rooms for online people, okay? Same program. If you have a question, you will be transferred to a breakout room. There will be an invigilator in the breakout room. He or she will explain you everything, okay? So the same program happens for online students, okay? We don't try to keep any difference between the physical program and the online program. So the same program will happen for the online people, okay? So Thursdays after 10:30, you have a full program running, full invigilating program running. And the best thing is, this is not only for physics, okay? Combined maths, bio, I don't know, you don't have problems in bio, right? You just have facts, right? You can't have problems in bio, right? I mean, whether that is a nose kind of, a nose is a nose, right? Eyes are eyes. I mean, eyes have 5 parts, so those 5 parts are 5 parts, right? I mean, you can't have a doubt about bio, right? As I know, I don't know about bio, okay? You can't have doubts in bio, right? I mean, if this is a hand, it's a hand, right? I mean, you can't have doubts in bio. So I don't think, but we have invigilators. We have bio invigilators, but I don't know what they can do, okay? But we have bio invigilators. So this is about all the subjects, okay? Bio, combined maths, chemistry. Chemistry, I think you may have problems in the future. IT, yes, I don't know about IT a lot, but you may have problems. So from 10:30 to night, okay? Clear? Whatever the time you like, you can stay and ask questions, okay? Clear? So that is the plan happening from next week. You can use this on Thursdays, okay? And if we feel like if there's enough participation, if there's a lot of students joining and kind of stuff, we'll arrange another invigilating day, okay? And you may ask, I mean, we did 9 subjects for all of us, we never needed these kind of stuff. Yes, okay, you will need these kind of stuff. You will see why, okay? Clear? So this is science. So I'll again remind you, all the good people who are doing science, all the good people in O-level comes to do science in A-levels. Out of that, only 6% get an A, okay? I mean, write this in a piece of paper and keep it, I mean, in your room, okay? Only 6% out of that get an A. And 1/3 of it fails A-levels, okay? So this is not an easy exam. So you will see why you need an invigilating program in the future, okay? Now you may think, what the hell, I don't need an invigilating program, okay? I mean, I have enough brain. No, okay? You will need an invigilating program, okay? So that is the idea. So that's the whole idea about the program. So we'll start giving the papers now. Our people will handle everything. This is not a serious exam. So just don't copy. We just need accurate information. Based on those information, we'll decide what to do first and what to do last, okay? If a lot of people are not good with log, we have to do log first. Because in the next week, I need log. Like that, we have to align my teaching syllabus and this maths for bio program. So first things first. So just don't copy, okay? Don't copy. This is the timeline. If only time permits, try to do level 2, okay? Otherwise, no need. But if you finish level 2 within the given time, then you're good, okay? I'm really happy about you. I think there's no point of you coming to my class, okay? So yeah. So let's start the paper quickly. Don't worry, online people, don't leave, okay? I mean, just write the paper, and there will be a Google. Online students can submit answers through the Google form we are providing in the YouTube live chat, WhatsApp groups, Zoom chat, or else write the paper and get photos of that, or can scan that and send to this number. Note 71 9, 9. This is a very easy paper, okay? Level 2 is difficult. That's a different story. 6, 6, 1, 5. Not 7, 1, 9, 9, 6, 6. Sorry. Not 7, 1, 9, 9, 6, 6. Okay, 6, 1, 5. Send to this number, okay? Only 1 hour. If we think that you need more time, we will give 1:15. Then a 15-minute break. Then we are starting the discussion, okay? Around the time is so paper will be distributed around 5:45. Sorry, 3:45. 3:45 will be done at 5. So around 5:15. Around 5:15. I'll start the discussion, okay? I'll start the discussion. Got the idea? Clear, everyone? Yes? Yeah, good, right? You're not angry with me or anything like that, right? No, right? I mean, there are like, people are dying in Iran. I mean, these are not problems, right? Papers will be available in the webinar resources, Zoom chat, YouTube live chat, and in the WhatsApp groups now. Okay? So, let's get ready. Come on. Check. Online students, are you there? Online students, can you hear me clearly? Cool. Students at the YouTube live? Nice. Okay. So the paper wasn't that difficult, right? Level 2, anyone who finished level 2? Anyone who finished level 2? Do we have any lucky or unlucky people here? Anyone online? You didn't use ChatGPT, right? And there's a specific thing about ChatGPT, okay? I mean, don't use, okay? You usually use that, right? Nowadays, when you can't understand something? No. Okay, then if you don't know about ChatGPT, don't learn about that, okay? I didn't talk about anything. Nothing happened. So actually, people who use ChatGPT or any kind of a large language model for learning, oh, a very low amount, right? Then it's good, okay? Just keep it like that, okay? Don't use technology. There's a specific reason for that. That's why. Because I mean, those days when we had questions, we used to like camera. Those days when we had questions, we used to think for like just like think about the level 2 of our paper. For an example, the level 2 of our paper, we used to think some questions. I take one question from level 2 and I used to think for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, like that sometimes, okay? I just somehow try to come up with the answer. That developed our thinking a lot, okay? That developed our thinking a lot. But nowadays you try for an hour, yes, then you use a large language model. You can get any answer, right? You just copy the question, put it into ChatGPT or Gemini or anything, they give you the answer within minutes. So your learning is much efficient. But your improvement rate is very low now as a result, okay? That is a very common issue. The same question we used to think for like 3-4 weeks, you try for 1 hour, then use ChatGPT. So it's very good. You were thinking about the question for 1 hour. After that, you use ChatGPT. Now you know the answer. So you are very quick than me, okay? In that aspect, you are very quick than me. You get answers very fast. But the problem is that 2 weeks do something to us, okay? That 2 weeks of thinking about the same question using different angles, that do something, okay? That do something to our brain, okay? Clear? That do something to our brain. That's why nowadays also we can do a lot of thinking when it comes to engineering or anything like that, okay? So that part you are going to lose if you quickly get answers through AI, okay? So don't use that, okay? Try to think the same question for 3 weeks. When you come up with an answer, use ChatGPT or any AI model to check the answer. That's all, okay? So don't use, okay? Don't use, because 3 weeks of thinking the same question did something to us, okay? Yeah? And it's not bad, okay? It's not bad. We are here because of that reason, okay? We used to think one question, take one question and think for like 5-6 weeks sometimes, okay? Clear? We are not doing a lot of homework then, okay? We were not doing a lot of homework. There's a student, in some classes, there were like 100 questions, same question, okay? That means converting units. Okay, you have 5 millimeter into meter questions. Then another 10 kilogram into gram questions. Then you have 55 centimeter cube into meter cube questions. Now you are really happy you did 100 questions. At the same time, what I encourage is you take one question from a very difficult part, try that for 3 weeks, you will not get an answer. From your point of view, just a waste of time, okay? From your point of view, just a waste of time. What a waste of time. Your friend did 100 sums, you haven't done anything. You were thinking for 3 weeks. But that do something, okay? That do something to your brain, okay? Clear? That do something very important to your brain. So don't lose that, okay? Don't lose that. Even in your classes, I mean, you have seen that, right? Some classes do the same time, some 100 times, right? What are you going to get out of that, right? I mean, centimeters converting into meters, if you do 10 times, it's 10 to the power minus 2. Okay, centimeters means 10 to the power minus 2 meters. If you do it 1000 times, still it is 10 to the power minus 2 meters, okay? Not going to change anything, okay? Clear? Okay, so there's no point of converting 100 sums from centimeters to meters, okay? Clear? So always focus on effectiveness in your learning process. I mean, you have heard about these kind of, I mean, every one of you guys know some brothers and sisters like this, right? Always they are working, but on the day of A-levels, they don't have results. You know at least one person like that, right? Everyone, a sister or a brother or someone you know, the person is working always, but after A-levels, when results are there, no results. Why? Lot of students confuse the amount of work and effectiveness of work. Okay, that means you like do 1,000 similar questions. You just do 1,000 questions, nothing happens to your brain. Your brain's at the same point, okay? Your brain is where that it used to be, okay? At the same time, there's someone doing one question for 3 weeks until they come up with an answer, a very difficult question. Even after 3 weeks, they are not coming up with an answer, okay? No answer, even after 3 weeks. But they are going somewhere, okay? Even sometimes they don't know that they are going somewhere, but they are actually going somewhere. The student who did 1,000 similar questions, not going to get anything out of that, okay? So don't confuse effectiveness and the amount of work, okay? It's not the number of sums you finish. It's about the amount of exercise you give to your brain. In my physics class, for the first few weeks, today I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, okay? My physics teacher, asked us to do something like this, okay? This is very important. On the way, you see number plates, right? On the way, you see number plates in vehicles, right? Nowadays, there are different number plates, okay? Which is pretty cool. Okay, cool looking number plates now you have, right? Not regulated. Now they are going to regulate everything. What they asked was, what my physics teacher on the first day asked was, take a number plate, okay? 48, 39, okay? Get the first two numbers, get the next two numbers, multiply it, and get the answer. But don't use a piece of paper or anything. Now you're on the vehicle, so you can't do anything. You have nothing. You just have to look at the question and do that, okay? And there are short methods to do this calculation. We'll teach these kind of short methods in those Maths for Bio student sessions, but don't use the short method. What I need you to use the longer method. That means you multiply 48 by 9, you multiply 48 by 3, shift it, then add. Try to do this. Don't write a letter. Just write the answer. Try to do this quickly. Write the answer. Don't write a letter. Not even a letter. Not even a number. Don't do the calculation. Just write the answer quickly. Write down. Quickly. I need you to write the answer, but don't do the multiplication by hand, okay? I know that you can do that. Okay? Don't do the multiplication by hand. Just write the answer. Okay? Don't write anything else. Just write the answer. That's all. Quickly. Quickly. These are the kind of stuff that we should do in the early stages of A levels. Exercises for the brain. Exercises for the focus. Okay? Because the brain matters when it comes to A levels. You don't need a brain to do O levels. Okay? Sorry. But reality. Okay? Even a golden retriever can do O levels. Okay? But not A levels. Write the answer quickly. You have to focus, right? Have to focus. This is not about intelligence. This is about focus. Okay? You lose focus for a second. Don't write. Okay? Don't write a part of the answer on hand or on the paper. Okay? Then it's entirely pointless. This is about developing short-term memory. Okay? So don't write a part on the paper. Remember that. Keep it there and do the rest. Okay? Then the entire use is gone. Okay? This is all about short-term memory, developing short-term memory. You just keep looking at the question. Just write the answer. Write the answer. Come on. Quickly. I mean, I'm not good at this kind of stuff, so I'm going to use the calculator. I mean, I used the calculator for several years now, so now I can't even multiply 5 by 4. Okay? So when you use the calculator, it happens. So what I'm expecting from you guys, you can't expect from me. Okay? Quickly. Do we have an answer? Cool. Raise your hand, everyone who got an answer. Nice, 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 nice. So what is the answer? We'll see. 48 into 39. 1872. Students who got this answer? 1872. Nice, nice. So this becomes much complex at the vehicle, right? Why? Now at least you can remember the question. Now at least you don't have to remember the question. Why? It's there. But when you do this at the vehicle, now the number plate is not there. Okay, it's not gonna wait until you do the sum. Okay, so the vehicle is gonna go. Now you can remember the question. Okay, then you need an absolute focus. Okay, clear? And it's not very easy. There are other vehicles going on. Okay, different drama happening on the road. So you should keep your focus on one question. Why do we need this? Short-term memory matters a lot when it comes to A levels. Why? What was the length of a O-level question? Maybe half of a paper or something like that, right? There are A-level questions, one essay question. You have a paragraph, one full side here. Then here you have the questions, okay? You need information from everywhere to do this. And some other stuff you learn for 2 years, okay? Now you can't, whenever you do something, you can't go through the paragraph again. Okay? Then in the next question, you go through paragraph again. No, you need a lot of short-term memory, okay? You read this, then you remember everything, all the information. Then you start doing the question, okay? You don't need a long-term memory actually, okay? In bio people you need, okay? I mean, others, okay? Otherwise, you don't need a long-term memory. You need a short-term memory. You have to keep all the information in your brain and do the calculations and all here, okay? It's difficult, okay? Especially for generations like you guys who was born with mobile phones and all, okay? With all the distractions possible, okay? Clear? So who have a mobile phone? Come on. At what age who recently got mobile phones? That's the worst part, okay? That's the bad part, because I also had a smartphone. I got that at grade 6, okay? My father is an engineer, quite intelligent decision. Why? You get the mobile phone at 6. You ruin yourself for like 2-3 years. You are not focusing on education, anything. Then by grade 8-9, you know that this is bit harmful. You lose your marks for 2-3 years, then you know that this is bit harmful. Then by grade 10-11, you start working on it. You start figuring out ways of getting rid of that. Then by grade 12, You know that it's harmful. You know how to use that. You know when to avoid that and when to use that. So when I'm at A levels, I have a perfect understanding about my mobile phone. When you recently get the mobile phone, you don't get that experience, okay? You learn everything after the first try, okay? Okay, clear? So be intelligent with the mobile phone, okay? My father took a very nice decision, okay? Give the mobile phone to the person. We can't stop that at grade 6. So the person's gonna ruin his life at 7, 8, 9. Nobody cares what happens in 7, 8, 9, right? Nobody asked, right? So after that, the person would be successful. See? Okay. So that is the whole idea. Okay. So be careful with your mobile phones. If you got that recently, you have no idea about when to use that and when not to use that. Okay. Clear? So be careful with your mobile phone. Quickly. Next one. So are these, so I mean, don't behave like crazy people in the road. Okay. I mean, just do one sum per, just do one sum per go. That means when you are going from here to home, just do one sum, okay? Multiply one number plate, okay? For a one ride, do one sum, okay? Just don't keep multiplying number plates, okay? So, just do a very few amount of them, okay? But with time, if you do this for 3-4 months, you will see your short-term memory is your short-term memory and attention is extremely sharp. When you're doing this in the vehicle, you have to hold your attention for a very long time, okay? Which is not easy with everything happening around, okay? It's all about attention, right? So we'll see 37, 74. Don't write the question, okay? Don't write the question. Did you see the question? 37, 74. Now write the answer. 37, 74. Last time I'm going to repeat. I'm going to forget that. Don't ask from your friend, okay, what was the question. Quickly come up with the answer. It's all about how sharp your intelligence is, how sharp your short-term memory is. Then comes A levels, okay? These are the two main skills that you should have for A levels, okay? Not the theory knowledge, okay? Anyone knows theory, okay? Nice, nice. We have a few people. Raise your hand. Students with answers. Come on, others. Come on, come on. Nice. Have you seen that in movies, like mathematicians do see the equation they are doing? We just think that it's a visual effect, right? In maths related movies, the person who's doing the calculations see it as a visual. They actually train that in those universities, okay? Mathematical universities, maths universities, they actually train that, okay? They actually train you how to do that, okay? Clear? They train you how to do this process, okay? How to handle, how to see things visually, okay? So they are actually capable of doing that. Don't put the answer in the YouTube live, okay? So what was the question? 37, 74. So 37, 74. 2738. 2738. Students who got the answer? Cool. Nice. Nice. Let's stop this for now, okay? This is not the main target for today, but definitely do this, okay? These kind of small experiments, okay? Check. Okay, so let's stop this for now, okay? let's stop this for now and let's move forward. So we were learning about, back to the book, check sounds. Online students, you have no issues, right? Okay, so last week we learned properties of units and properties of units, right? So what were the properties of units? For the students who were here last week, I'll give some questions, okay? I'll give some questions for the students who were here last week. Try these, okay? Try these. Only check sounds everywhere, whether everyone can hear. Here, this side, check everywhere. Okay. Now, okay. So now, so let's move forward. P equals Q log A over QT. Try this one. Question 1. P equals Q log A over QT. Okay. P equals Q log A over QT. A is acceleration. What is the unit of acceleration? Meters per second squared. Unit of acceleration is meters per second squared. What is the unit of time? This is time. Unit of time is seconds, right? I need you to find the unit of P. Try to find the unit of P quickly. Okay, here. Second question. L is length measured in meters. V is velocity measured in meters per second. For new students, I'll explain things, okay? Take the numbers of new students. M is mass measured in kilograms. I need you to find the unit of I need you to find the unit of M. M's not going to be kilogram, don't worry. So I need you to find the unit of M. What is the unit of M? I need you to find the unit of M. Yes, it's possible. So write these two questions in a piece of paper or a leaflet or anywhere. This is not a main note. So try these two, the students who joined last week. And if you need a revision, I usually, in the first, every week, today's the schedule is a bit different. But usually every week in the first 15 minutes, I revise last week's content, then move forward, okay? Every week in the first 15 minutes, I'm going to give some difficult questions from previous week's content and revise previous week's content for the first 15 minutes. Students who can all remember, they can try the questions, others can revise with me. Then I'm going to move with the new content. That's what I do every day. Today also same, only thing is it's a bit delayed, okay? So here, what were the properties of units? What were the properties of units? Properties of units were, quickly write this down if you were not able to write this down on your book, and I'm going to revise the last week's content. Write down these two. Write down these two quickly. There's a question, what is Q? I don't know. No, there's no new tute. Again, new students, sorry, not new students, online students will give you the, provide the WhatsApp community links in the YouTube live chat and the Zoom chat, because join the group and we'll provide you the tute delivery information again, okay? And this month, again, request for the tutes. I'll put all the information in the group because the next two tutes also we are going to deliver quickly, okay? We are going to deliver next two tutes because we don't know when they will be delivered to you guys, okay? There's a war coming, different kind of issues. So even at a bunker, you can join the online class if you have the tute, right? So we are going to deliver them now. We are going to deliver the tutes that you need for the next 2 months, maybe, okay? So we'll provide you the information for that, okay? We already sent you the previous tutes. If you didn't get that, again, send a request. We'll provide all the information in the class, towards the end of the class and in the group too. And you can request the tutes again we'll deliver you the upcoming tutes that you need for the next 2-3 months. Okay, because we don't know when the tutes will be delivered when we deliver them now. So at least when the lesson is starting, you'll get the tute, next tute. Okay. Pay attention, everyone. Pay attention. Pay attention. Invigilators check whether they have questions, okay? So now, like, moving forward, what were the properties of units? What were the properties of units? If you have an equation like this, P equals Q plus AR or something like this, unit of this term should be equal to the unit of this term should be equal to the unit of this term, right? Others do this, okay? Why? What is the reason? What is the reason? It's quite obvious, right? Why? You can't add kilograms with meters, right? If this is kilograms, this should be kilograms. If this is meters, this should be meters, right? So for you to add two terms, they definitely should have the same unit, okay? For you to add two terms, they definitely should have the same unit, okay? Clear? They definitely should have the same unit. Then the next one, when you add these two units, you are anyways getting the same unit out, right? Clear? When you add these two units, you are anyways getting the same unit out. Why? I mean, when you add kilograms with kilograms, you are going to get kilograms, right? When you add kilograms with kilograms, you are going to get kilograms, right? So if this is kilogram and this is kilogram, this is also kilogram for sure. Clear? Got the idea? If this is kilograms and this is kilograms, this is going to be kilogram for sure. Got the idea? Why? When you add, for you to add two terms, they must have the same unit, okay? Clear? Then when you add them, you are getting the same unit out for sure. Clear? Got the idea? Then the next one. You can't have a power. You can't have a power with a unit. That means 5 to the power k. 5 to the power k. K should be unitless, okay? K should be unitless. Why? 5 to the power something kilograms, not meaningful, right? 5 to the power something kilograms, it's not meaningful, right? Clear? So K should be unitless. K should be unitless. So for an example, 5 to the power KL, KL. If L is measured in meters, what is the unit of K then? What is the unit of K? 5 to the power KL. If L is measured in meters, K should be 1 over meter, right? 1 over meter. Then only meter and meter cancel out and you get 1, right? Clear? Then only meter and meter cancels out and you get 1. Clear? Okay. So you need the workbook with nice questions. So what you should do is I'll give you a phone number, send all the answers. Then if your answers are correct, I'll deliver you the workbook, okay? That's how things happen. Okay. Pay attention, everyone. So is this clear? So KL is the power. KL is the entire power, okay? Pay attention. KL is the entire power. So if L is meters, K should be 1 over meters, right? Then only these two will cancel out and you will get a unitless power, right? Clear? Is it raining? Yes, right? Okay. Got the idea? And what are the other theorems you learned? I don't think so. So the next one. Okay. Then sin theta. Sin theta term is unitless, right? Sin theta term is always unitless. Why? Why sin theta term is unitless? Sin theta term is unitless because what is sin theta? What is sin theta? X, Y, Z. Sin theta is X over Y, right? Sin theta is X over Y. Clear? So that means it is a length over length, right? Sin theta is X over Y. That means it is a length over length, right? So length over length, units cancel out, right? Length over length, units cancel out. So sin theta, cos theta, tan theta terms can't have units. Clear? Then the log function. Log function. You can't put anything with a unit into this. This can be only numbers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? This can be only numbers. You can't put anything with a unit into this. Okay? Clear? That means if you have log 10, P over M. If M is kilograms, if M is a mass, if M is kilograms, what is the unit of P then? P should be kilograms. Why? New students, pay attention. This should be kilograms. Why? Then only kilograms and kilograms will cancel out, right? Clear? As I mentioned, these are just rules related with units. So if this is log 10 P over M, there was a rule. The rule is you can't have any units in this, okay? You can't put anything with a unit into a log function, okay? Clear? Then here, if M is kilograms, P must be kilograms, right? Then only kilograms and kilograms cancel out and I'm getting something without a unit, okay? Then out of a log function, you are not going to get anything with a unit. Out of a log function, you are not going to get anything with a unit. Clear? That means if this is R, what is the unit of R? What is the unit of R? It is unitless. Okay? It is unitless. Clear? Why? Why? Because log function never outputs anything with a unit. Log function never outputs anything with a unit. So this is unitless. Got the idea? This is unitless. If this is unitless, this side should be unitless, right? Clear? If this side is unitless, this side must be unitless. Got the idea? Clear? So these are the theorems, okay? These are the theorems that we learned, okay? So if I do a small example, A equals B log M over B log M over B. Here, clear? If I have something like this, okay? If I have something like this, if M is mass measured in kilograms, if I ask you the unit of A, what can you do? If I ask you the unit of A, what can you do? Start from somewhere you know, okay? Start from somewhere you know. Like what? Here. Here. Start from here. As you know, you can't put anything with a unit into a log function, right? You can't put anything with a unit into a log function. Clear? So if M is kilograms, B must be kilograms, right? Clear? Then only kilograms and kilograms will cancel out and the term would be unitless. Clear? Then only kilograms and kilograms will cancel out. Clear? Then only kilograms and kilograms will cancel out and you won't get a unit. Got the idea? Clear? So unit of B is kilograms. Okay? Now as I mentioned, a log function never outputs a unit. A log function never outputs a unit. Clear? That means this entire term is unitless, okay? This entire term is unitless. Got the idea? This entire term is unitless. Log function never outputs a unit. It just outputs a number. Clear? It just outputs a number. Got the idea? Log functions never output a unit. It just output a number. So this part is unitless. And what is this part? If this is B, this is the same B, right? If this is B, this is the same B. So if this is kilogram, this is kilograms, okay? Clear? If this is kilograms, this is also kilograms. Got the idea? So now this part is unitless, this is kilograms, and as I mentioned, if you have an equal sign here, units of this side should be equal to the units of this side, right? Units of this side should be equal to the units of this side. So what is the unit of this side? This term is unitless. This term is unitless. Clear? Then what about this term? It is kilograms. It is kilograms, okay? This term is unitless. This term is kilograms. Got the idea? Then unit of A should be kilograms, right? Got the idea? Unit of A should be kilograms. Why? This is unitless, this is kilograms. That means the total unit here is going to be kilograms. Got the idea? Then if this is kilograms, this side should have the same unit. Got the idea? This side should have the same unit. So this side is also kilograms. Clear? Okay. And new students, definitely, if possible, watch the recording. Okay, you have nothing to do these days, useful, right? So you can watch the recording. I mean, now today, a parent talked with me. The students are new to the class, so he talked with me, also from University of Moratu, I think. And I asked, okay, did your child watch the recording? I think no, Puta, but I watched. Cool. So you have to watch the recording, okay, not your parent. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the first question. P equals Q log A over QT. And again, there's usually something happening through our class. Don't use this now, okay? That means, just after O levels, right? So you don't give a lot of attention to this, although whatever I say do here, right? So usually after a while, like maybe within 2-3 weeks, we are starting another small class to explain these things again. Okay, usually online. Then whatever the thing, why for a few weeks new students will keep joining. Okay, few weeks new students will keep joining, so they are missing a part always. Okay, they are missing a part always. So after a few weeks, last week also we did this twice. After a few weeks, I'm starting a small online class usually uh, to explain things from beginning again. Okay, so if as a new student, if you missed something, if you are uncomfortable with a certain area, no worries, there will be another session happening to teach those parts again. Okay, we usually do this for the initial 2 lessons, and you do this once for mechanics again. Why? When it comes to mechanics, many students have a tendency of not understanding things at once. So we do mechanics, then we start another class a bit fast, but we teach mechanics from beginning again. Even now you can see there's a session called mechanics from beginning in our YouTube channel that we started for the 27 batch after doing mechanics for 3 months. So we usually start things again. I mean, I have identified the patterns, that's why. Okay, after a while after all, I'm an engineer, so we have identified the patterns. There are new students coming for several weeks, so they are going to miss the initial part, so we teach them again. So it's better if you can watch the recording, but we are going to do that kind of a session anyways. Then mechanics, the same thing happens. Okay, mechanics, the same thing happens. There's a tendency of you missing initial parts. You are not understanding things at once, but then we start teaching that again. Okay, so these kind of things happen, but don't wait for them. Okay, clear? Don't wait for them. Try to do things at once, but these kind of stuff are happening because I have identified the patterns and identified the remedies, and we are working on that. The maths for bio session is also a similar thing. Why? After a while, bio students start struggling with physics due to the lack of mathematics. Okay, so we are going to solve things as fast as possible. Okay, so I think today we don't have the suggestion form. Anyways, okay, here, how do we get the answer? First things first, this part should be unitless, right? This part should be unitless. Okay, so what is the unit of A? Meters per. A is acceleration, right? A is acceleration. What is the unit of acceleration? Meters per second squared. Unit of acceleration is meters per second squared. Then what is the unit of Q? I'll just write it as UQ. I'll just write the unit of Q as UQ. Then what is the unit of time? Seconds. This entire term should be unitless. This is how I write unitless. 1. No unit, just 1. Okay. This entire term should be unitless, right? Clear? This entire term should be unitless. Why? You can't put anything with a unit into a log function, right? You can't put anything with a unit into a log function. Got the idea? So meters per second squared, then unit of Q, unit of time is seconds, equals 1. Clear? So now what? Now just get UQ here, cross multiply and get UQ here. So I'm going to get UQ here. I'm going to get UQ here. Then I have meters per second squared over seconds here. Then I'm going to take this up. Meters per second squared. When I take this up, per second, right? Meters per second squared. When I take this up, per second, which gives me what? Which gives me meters S minus 3. Okay. So this is the unit of Q. Okay. This is the unit of Q. Got the idea? So now I know the unit of Q. Now I know the unit of Q. This is the unit of Q. Unit of Q is meters S minus 3. Clear? Got the idea? Now, when you have an equal sign in an equation, units of this side should be equal to the units of this side, right? So what are the units of this side? This term is unitless. This term is unitless. Clear? This term is going to be unitless. Got the idea? Why? As I mentioned, a log function never outputs a unit. Clear? And this is this. Then unit of P should be equal to the unit of this into unit of this, right? Unit of P should be equal to the unit of this multiplied by unit of this, right? Clear? So, I can write unit of P equals, I can write it here. Unit of P equals this into this. So what is the unit of this term? This. Meters S minus 3 and this. Clear? This. Okay. And whenever we have structured exams, before a structured exam, we put a video in the group asking your parents to not to care about your marks. Okay, we usually do that. I mean, because it's essential, right? It's essential. One of the main reasons that stops students from writing papers and they being discouraged to write a paper is parents, right? As we know. Okay, so we usually provide an explanation video for the parents. You will see that. And an explanation video for the parents. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this. There are marks, they would handle that. You don't have to think a lot about that. I mean, that's what stops. That's what stops like innovation in the country and like courage of the students, okay? So don't worry about your marks in the future, okay? So actually for the first 6-7 months, don't worry about your marks, okay? Okay, don't worry about your marks. Focus on your intelligence, okay? Focus on your intelligence, okay? For the first 6-7 months, it's not about your marks, it's about intelligence. You just keep trying the same question, trying different complex questions. You just enjoy doing science for the first 6 months. It improves your brain. There will be a student who do 1,000 similar functions and he would be a master of converting units, okay? Clear? He would be a master of converting units, okay? You give whatever the unit in the planet Earth, the person would convert, okay? But after a while, it's going to be useless, okay? So just in the initial stages, focus on your intelligence, okay? Try to do something that hurts your brain, okay? Clear? That's the exercise. Later, we can start working on marks. Okay. And another thing, I'm not gonna be there when you're writing papers as today. Why? One of the worst thing, one of the main things that I hate is my teacher looking at my paper like this, right? So I don't do that personally. I don't like that. So I don't do anything that I personally don't like. So I'm not gonna be there when you're writing papers. I hate when my teacher comes and peep at my paper like this, right? You can't do anything then, right? You get stuck. In my A-levels, I asked one of the invigilators, what do we call them? The teacher in charge there, I asked her to leave, okay? Just don't look at my paper, what the hell? Okay. Let's move forward. Question 2. Question 2. Male. There will be a paper. New students, write your names and definitely the WhatsApp number. Okay, so we don't know when we have to shift into online, right? This is a wonderful country. L over K. L over K. L over K equals V sine 50. V sine 50 plus 3 km. 3 km. Okay. Carefully understand this. L is a length, right? As mentioned in the question, L is a length. Pay attention, everyone. L is a length. V is meters per second, velocity. Now let's start with these two terms, okay? Let's start with these two terms, okay? So, L is meters. I'm going to start with these two terms. This term and this term, okay? Unit of this term should be equal to the unit of this term, right? Unit of this term should be equal to the unit of this term. Clear? So, what is the unit of this term? It is meters divided by the unit of K. Clear? Unit of length is meters divided by the unit of K. Clear? Equals, here, what is the unit? Oh, the question is wrong. Let's put something here. I'll explain why later. Okay. Still you can come up with an answer, but the question is wrong, right? Okay, why? You see, pay attention. My bad. Meters, pay attention everyone. Unit of K equals, here what is the unit? Meters per second. Didn't I put a U here? I wrote, right? Question is not wrong. Now, what happened to that U? Ali, look at the camera. It was there, right? So, no big issue. The question is still correct. Question is still correct. Okay. So, M over unit of K equals, what is the unit of V? Unit of V is meters per second. This term is unitless, right? This term is unitless. This is meters per second. This is meters. This is unit of K. They should be equal. Okay. So I can write unit of K. I'll cross multiply unit of K here and take this guy here. Unit of K here, meters, and take this one here, meters per second. Okay. Then what do I get? Unit of K equals meters, pay attention everyone, meters per second. Meters over meters per second. Then this meters and this meters cancel out. Per second comes up, then you get seconds. Clear? Per second comes up, then you get seconds. Got the idea? Now what? Now you know the unit of K. Clear? Now you reach here. Another place that you know. This one. This is what? A power. A power. A power should be unitless, right? A power should be unitless. Did you understand up to now? Okay. So for a power to be unitless, unit of this term into unit of this term should be unitless, right? Clear? Should be unitless. Then here I have unit of k. Here I have unit of k. Here I have unit of m. Multiplication of unit of k into unit of m should be unitless, right? The power should be always unitless, okay? Multiplication of unit of k into unit of m should be unitless. Got the idea? So, what is unit of k? S. Unit of k is S. Clear? Then here I have unit of m equals 1. It should be unitless. If something is unitless, I just write 1, okay? There's no unit, okay? Then what is going to be the unit of m? Unit of m going to be 1 over seconds. Clear? That means per second. Unit of m going to be per second. Okay. Okay. Clear? Got the idea? Got the idea? But anyone need me to explain this again? Anyone? Okay, invigilators check. Okay. Alright. Invigilators check everything. Okay. Check everything. Why do I have unit u? Why do I have u? Pay attention, everyone. Why do I have u? Just to make the question correct, right? Otherwise, if I don't have this, unit of this part is meters per second, right? Unit of this is meters per second. This is unitless. So unit of this whole part is meters per second, okay? Unit of this whole part is meters per second. Then this is going to be unitless, right? 3 to the power something is unitless, right? Pay attention. 3 to the power something is unitless, right? 3 to the power 5 is a number. So this is unitless. This is meters per second. I can't add these two, right? I can't add these two terms. Then the question is wrong. Finding u is not necessary. Then the question is wrong, okay? That's why I just put u here, okay? Something, just to make the units correct. Otherwise, the question is going to be wrong, okay? That's the reason. Okay. And anyone can ask questions from me before the class, after the class, and in the class also. I'm going to work everywhere today. I didn't do that because we didn't have enough time. We had to sacrifice 1 hour for a paper, right? But I think it's useful because by day after tomorrow, we'll provide you the syllabus, okay? We'll provide you the syllabus that we are going to discuss. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, like that. In the Maths for Bio student sessions. Then you can check whether it matches with your competency, the session, whether you need the session or not. Then you can join the sessions that you need to join. Others you can skip, okay? Clear? Like that, we'll provide you the syllabus and the plan. The dates and what are the things that we are going to discuss, okay? Clear? There's a question again. What is the reason to having u? I mean, for me to add this term and this term, their units should be equal. So here it is unitless. Here the unit is meters per second. So someone should make this unit meters per second. Someone should make this unit meters per second. But this part is unitless. 3 to the power something is unitless. We need you to make the units equal. Otherwise, I can't add this term with this term. Got the idea? The student who asked the question? Got the idea? Nice. Okay. And there was a question online, I'll answer to that. In level 2, you had to draw this graph, right? I'll just quickly explain this. I think you had this in the paper, right? Y equals 1 of x minus 1. Okay? Pay attention, everyone. You had this graph, right? How to draw a graph like this. So the plan for next week is, we are almost done with the properties of units, okay? We are almost done with the properties of units. We did a lot of questions like this, right? So finish all the questions in that part, okay? Finish all the questions in that part. Class is not over. Finish all the questions in that part. Then next week we are going to move to dimensions, okay? Clear? A new part. But we have to do some unit conversions and all, okay? So there are some stuff remaining in this part. We are going to finish those areas. We are going to finish those areas, then move to the other parts like dimensions, okay? That is the plan for next week. So just a quick question. Someone asked this. How do we analyze a question like this? You definitely have to understand graphs very well. Even in the Maths for Bio session and even in the class, I'm going to discuss about graphs one whole day, okay? I'm going to discuss about graphs one whole day, okay? Clear? Clear? I'm going to discuss about graphs one whole day. So, the reason is out of 50 MCQs in A levels, at least 13 or 15 are from graphs, okay? At least 15 out of 50 MCQs are from graphs. So you should have a very nice idea. You should have a very nice clarity about units, okay? So, here, how do we analyze a question like this? Just put numbers, okay? Quite easy, right? Just put numbers. That means, see, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, okay? Pay attention, everyone. This is x-axis and this is y-axis, okay? So now, now tell me, when x is 1000, what is going to be the value of y? Something very small. When x is 10,000, what is going to be the value of y? Something really small, right? When x grows, y keeps decreasing to 0, right? Y keeps decreasing to 0. Clear? So, when x grows, y goes to 0 like this, okay? Clear? When x grows, y goes to 0. Got the idea? What's next? What's next? Okay. If anyone didn't write the number, new students, raise your hand, request a paper from our people and write your number, okay? I mean, you definitely have to join the group, okay? We are in a crisis, okay? Although you guys live peacefully. Okay. So now, pay attention. I mean, it would be like this or this, okay? It anyways goes to 0, okay? Then, tell me, at 1 what happens? When x equals 1, what happens? When x equals 1, what happens? When x equals 1, what happens? Y equals 1 over 1 minus 1, which means 1 over 0. What is this? What is this? Infinity, right? 1 over 0 is not defined in maths. It's a huge story, but we don't care. It's almost infinity, right? Clear? It's almost infinity. 1 over 0 means a very large number, okay? 1 over 0 means a very large number, right? Clear? So, what happens is, pay attention. When it is a bit larger than 1, now tell me, when x is 1.00000001 minus 1. When x is this, what do I get? 1 over this minus 1, what do I get? 0.000001, right? This is going to be a huge number, right? A huge positive number, right? This is going to be a huge positive number, right? Clear? What do you get? You keep multiplying both up and down, right? Clear? This is going to be a huge positive number. That means when x is a bit larger than 1, it's going to shoot to positive infinity. A very large y. Then when x is really large, when x is 100,000, 1 over 100,000 minus 1, almost 0, right? So it goes down like this. Clear? Then in this side, first of all, when x is 0, what is the value of y? When x is 0, what is the value of y? When x is 0, value of y is 1 over minus 1, which is minus 1, right? When x is 0, y is minus 1. So this is minus 1. When x is 0, y is at minus 1. Clear? When x is minus 100,000, what is the value of y? Almost minus 0. Clear? That means when x is 1 over minus huge number, minus 1, what is this? A very small negative number, right? That means it's going to negate 0 from negative side. Like this. Okay? Now again, when y is very small than, when y is a bit below than 1, that means when x is 0.999999 minus 1, what do you get here? I'm going to use the calculator. 0.999999 minus 1. You're going to get minus 1 into 0.0000000. That means a minus very large number. A minus very large number. That means it goes like this. It goes like this. Clear? That's how we analyze a graph, okay? Clear? These parts, don't worry. There will be a separate session to teach graphs, O-level parts in the Maths for Bio student session. I'll be using a separate day to explain on how to draw graphs, okay? Did you understand this roughly? I'll explain things really fast. You need to go home, no, right? So, now see this. Quickly, class is not over. Y equals 1 over x minus 1. Pay attention. Y equals 1 over x minus 1. Okay. When x is 0, what is the value of y? 1 minus 1, which is minus 1, right? So when x is 0, y is minus 1. Clear? Clear, everyone? Okay. When x is 100,000, what is the value of y? 1 over 100,000 minus 1. A very small value, right? 1 over 100,000 minus 1 means a very small value, right? That means when x is really large, when x is really large, y will sink down to 0, right? Y will sink down to 0. Clear? When y is minus 100,000, sorry, when x is minus 100,000, what is the value of y? 1 over minus 100,000 minus 1, which is 1 over very large minus number. That means you are getting a very small output but minus, right? Okay? You are getting a very small minus number. So when x goes to minus 100,000, y goes to 0. Clear? Y goes to 0. Clear? Now here, when x is really close to 1, when x is really close to 1, this part becomes 0. So 1 over 0 means infinity, right? That you know from all levels, right? Oh, from common sense? 1 over 0 shoots to infinity. Don't ask this from your maths teacher, okay? They are they are very concerned about what happens with infinity, what is 1 over 0, whether it's defined or not defined. It's a huge drama, okay? It's a huge drama when it comes to 1 over 0 in maths, okay? Even still, they don't know what is that, okay? Just in physics, 1 over 0 means 1 over very small number. When you divide 1 by a very small number, it becomes very large. That's all, okay? So it's just a very large number, okay? It's just a very large number. So it shoots to infinity, a very large number. But when it is a bit larger than 1, it's going to be positive, right? Clear? It's going to be positive. X minus 1, so if this is a bit larger than 1, that means for an example, 1 over 1.00001 minus 1. Then what would you get? 1 over 1 minus 1, so 0.0001. No, another 0. 1. Okay? What is this? 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 into 10 to the power minus 5, right? This is 1 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know how to write this into this, right? Then what is this? You take this up, 10 to the power 5. A very large positive number. See? So it goes to a very large positive number. Clear? It goes to a very large positive number. Got the idea? When this is bit larger than 1. Okay? Then when this is bit smaller than 1. When it is bit smaller than 1, for an example, when x is 0.9999, what do you get? 0.9999 means very close to 1 but smaller than 1, right? It is minus 1 into 10 to the power minus 4, okay? That means you are getting, when you subtract this from this, you are getting 1 into 10 to the power minus 4. That means minus 0.0001 when you subtract this, which is 1 over minus 1 into 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4, which is going to be minus, you take this up, 10 to the power 4. When you take minus 4 up, you get 4, right? When you get minus 4 up, you get 4. So what is this? A very large negative number. A very large negative number. See? So when it is bit smaller than 1, it's going to be a very large negative number. So this is the graph. Okay? This is the graph. See, level 2 questions are not that difficult, okay? Just only thing is you haven't learned how to analyze them. Okay? Now this is, not rocket science, right? Understandable, right? Clear? Clear? So you just put some values here and there and get a rough idea, then draw. That's what we expected in level 2, okay? Not very complex stuff. Clear? All the questions in level 2 paper have very small results like this. Only thing is you haven't seen how to do them. So the whole point of doing science is one day understanding how to do them, okay? Clear? That's the whole point of doing science, okay? I know that now you don't need to learn about the point of science, you have to go home. Okay, so okay, Mali. So did you understand today's content? Yes or no? Louder. No. Okay, so pay attention everyone. Pay attention. Next week content, we are going to learn about dimensions, a new part. We are not going to do these kind of maths parts next week because from next week onwards, there will be separate times allocated for that. For basic maths, there will be a separate time. There will be a separate recording for complex maths. So it's going to be all physics from next week. But here and there, okay. So that's the target. New students watch the recording, we'll add you to the group. There's nothing else, and sorry for giving a paper. Yeah, that's all for this week. Let's meet next week, okay? Did you understand things today? Today's content? Again, one more thing. One more last thing. There was a question about combined maths classes. Pay attention. One small guide on choosing the combined maths class. If you don't understand anything explained to you in your combined maths class, then that is a good class, okay? That is the whole point of how to choose combined maths classes, okay? If you don't understand anything happening in the combined maths class, then that is a good combined maths class. Why? That means your brain is here, your combined maths class is here, there's a lot to improve, okay? If you can understand everything very well in your combined maths class, that means you are here, your combined maths class is here, so eventually you will go like this, okay? Clear? That means you are going to go below O level, okay? Clear? So the basic guideline, I'm not going to give any other guideline when you choose combined maths and physics, okay? One small guideline. If you are not understanding stuff, then that's good, okay? That's good. Why? There's a lot to learn. You are here, your class is here. So eventually you will develop. Otherwise you will be same, okay? That's the whole idea. Thank you. See you. Bye.